Hey gem lovers, happy Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Jana. We're going to talk about a gemstone. I was actually going to do a different gem this week, and with everything going on in the world and all the energies out there, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine. I decided to choose a gemstone that I think a lot of us could use a little bit more of in our life, and that's a gemstone called black tourmaline. Now this is one of my personal favorites. Not only tourmaline the gemstone in the jewelry world, but black tourmaline specifically in the metaphysical world. So here's a little piece of black tourmaline for you to take a look at. You can see it's just kind of almost like a black rock. It does come in a few other forms. This is actually a piece of tourmalated quartz. So that's all quartz on the outside. And then there's these really cool inclusions of black tourmaline on the inside. So that's going to be another way for you to keep your eye out for a very cool rock to add to your collection. Now, tourmaline the gemstone comes in multiple colors of the rainbow, and it comes in hundreds of different hues. It's actually a really pleochroic gem, which has this cool property where it bends and splits light to almost look like there's a color shift happening. Obviously, you're not going to see that with black tourmaline, but I just wanted to give you a little bit about the gem itself. Now, throughout history, a lot of pieces of tourmaline in gem quality, being as though they're so rare and scarce, can cost a lot of money. They can go for an absolute premium. Black tourmaline throughout history has had a few different names. In Europe, it was often referred to as scroll, and in Sri Lanka, it was called tourmalai. So it wasn't until around the late 1800s, and I'll explain that in a second, where tourmaline got its official name and it kind of stuck. But in ancient times, black gemstones were believed to be an aid to get you through dark times, to basically find hope in the darkness. So a lot of black gemstones were used for this, black tourmaline specifically. So it would give you the confidence to confront your challenges and your fears and to move forward in life. And they've been using gems like this since ancient times to do that, which I find fascinating. You know, we never really talk about that when we talk home shopping or when we're giving you, lessons about gems on television, which is why I started this channel. Now, there's another property to tourmaline, black tourmaline specifically, that gets used for this most often. It has an electrical charge. Now, basically, when rubbed or heated, tourmaline can become electrically charged in a very cool way. What can happen with tourmaline is on one end, it can conduct a positive charge, and on the other end, it can actually conduct a negative charge. In the 1700s, this was discovered, and they actually used tourmaline to pull ash from pipes to clean pipes. So this is something that has been used almost like constructively throughout history. Now, that electric charge is going to kind of circle back. I'll talk about what we use it for today in just a minute, but in the late 1800s is when tourmaline officially gained popularity in gem quality, which is, again, very rare, very difficult to come by, whereas black tourmaline's a little more abundant. But it was in 1876 that someone you might have heard of, his name was Dr. George Kunz, and he's famous for bringing a lot of gemstones, including things like kunzite, morganite, and tourmaline to Tiffany & Co. And when he did that, it was Tiffany & Co. that got behind the beauty of the gem and shared it with the world. Now, in more recent years, metaphysical gem collectors love this gem for a lot of reasons. Not only its energy properties, but also its electrical properties. Tourmaline these days is still highly valued in the electrical world, if you will, because of its durability and its ability to actually take such high frequencies and survive. It's often used in electrical circuits. If you have a straight iron, you can find tourmalated plates in your straight iron, which is kind of cool. So that gemstone, tourmaline, in particular black tourmaline, is found kind of a little bit of all over. Now, it forms in these really cool formations. They are called pegmatites, and basically deep underneath the Earth's surface, there are these basically kind of like holes or pockets, if you will, and that's where the gem forms, is within the holes or pockets. So it actually forms within those pockets, it forms into these pegmatites, and that's how the gem is found. The most famous mine of tourmaline in the world comes from Brazil, but you do see tourmaline in the great state of Maine, you see it in Africa, you actually see it in Afghanistan, China as well, you see it in Pakistan, and there's some other areas around the world that we see tourmaline. Now, black tourmaline is known as one of, if not the most effective gem when it comes to grounding, protection, and stress relief in the metaphysical world of gemstones. Now, as my reminder goes, this is not sound medical advice. If you are seeking sound medical advice, always seek that from a medical professional. But if you want to learn more about the metaphysical side of gemstones, that's what I'm here for. So this is a gemstone that basically is known for its protective properties. It's said that this gemstone blocks out negative energy. And if you think of the color black, black absorbs, right? It absorbs all the colors. Well, it's kind of the same thing with its energy. So it's said to absorb negative energy and then shift that energy into something more positive. It's said to take away negative energies, vibes, entities all around you. Also protect you from psychic attacks as well if you feel like people are coming into your energy space. It's known to assist you with your own negative thoughts, so almost protect you from yourself. You know, when the mind starts racing and you start attacking yourself, it can help with that as well. Basically, it's a gemstone that's said to keep away the bad vibes. And I think right now in this world, we can all use a little bit of that. There's a lot of people that will actually take black tourmaline specifically and maybe put it in the four corners of their house, or maybe they'll put it in their car, wear it in their pocket or in their bra. That way they're carrying it around with them, or it's protecting their home. Because it's an absorber, it's really important that you take the time to cleanse this. My favorite way to cleanse other gems is with selenite. You can put it next to a piece of selenite overnight and that will help cleanse the gem. Now, again, black tourmaline, as cool as it is said to absorb the bad and turn it into better energy, refocus that energy and shift it into a different direction. This goes for a lot of different things, whether it's your people around you, your mindset, all of that. The electric properties of tourmaline kind of provide this connection between Mama Earth and human beings. So tourmaline is also said to filter out pollutants, basically keep away smog, block electrical radiation, kind of keep all the unhealthy of that away from you. So you can keep a piece of black tourmaline next to your computer if you wanted to work on that. Purifying. Black tourmaline is known to purify, whether it's purifying the body from anger, helping with stress relief, getting rid of feelings of unworthiness. It's almost like a disinfectant for your mind, body, and soul. It's said to get rid of the bad, which is really, really cool. And again, protect you from all those negative vibes. This is a gem that's said to cleanse and clear the mind. It is one of the best gems for people with anxiety, stress, obsessive compulsive disorder. And the reason being is it's said to get rid of those bad thoughts that are racing through your mind, to slow it, but also to make you clearer and more objective in the present moment. So when you think about that, it relieves the stress. It replaces all that anxiety by keeping you grounded and focused in what matters, focused in the right now. That's all said to be done by black tourmaline, and you're probably seeing why this is one of my personal favorite gems. I have ADD, I have always had high anxiety, and I have a high level of energy that sometimes I don't know how to channel that. And it comes off to some people maybe as anxious, but it's just excitement in my world. And that's why black tourmaline has become one of my favorite personal gems. Now, again, this is a gemstone that's said to bring self-confidence and self-worth. So if you struggle with that level of self-confidence, it's gonna keep you centered in your daily activities that you need to accomplish now. And if you suffer from anxiety or stress, both in your home life or at your work life, this is a stone that actually can help you with the self-confidence and the empowerment you need to overcome that, to help view everything in a clearer point of view and be more objective when you're facing your difficulties. So I really do find this to be an incredible gem. If you suffer from obsessive compulsive disorder, it helps in grounding. And the best way this was ever explained to me, and by the person that told me I needed black tourmaline in my life, is that I'm often way up here, like way up here, and I need to be brought back down here. If we are either tied to heaven or earth, like if you're in the air or you're on the ground, my feet are nowhere near the ground. I am like a floating balloon through the sky. And so it helps to bring you back down and give you that grounding. So it's also said that black tourmaline can bring you good luck, happiness. It's tied to your root chakra, again, so for that grounding, but it does help balance all your chakras. It is said to again, relieve the stress, calm you. It's great for meditation when you think about that grounding factor. And it's also said to help you if you have a lack of energy or enthusiasm, that it'll help bring your energy and enthusiasm to the forefront. Great for optimism. If you need stability, grounding, optimism, if you need a positive outlook, it's really said to help with all of these things, which I think is extraordinary. As far as just a recap of some of the things and also giving you some of those metaphysical, physical properties, and again, this is where I have to remind you that this is not sound medical advice. If you are suffering from anything, you should always seek a medical professional's opinion. But if you want to know some of the really cool properties that tourmaline is tied to, it is said to help stimulate your reflex points. So if you suffer from that mobility, to help with strained or torn muscles, it helps to heal that. Helps with arthritis, with scar tissue issues, any numbness, strengthens the immune system, again with obsessive compulsive disorder, helps with physical addiction to ease the physical addiction and make it easier to overcome, helps with your adrenal glands, treats paranoia, helps with dyslexia. As far as a lot of the spiritual properties go, it's amazing in balancing the chakras. It does specifically work with the root chakra, but it's good for balancing all your chakras. Helps with your aura balance. It helps with psychic protection. It's going to help in shielding and getting rid of negative energy. So it has also that electromagnetic protection power. So again, a good thing to put by your computer screen or in front of a camera or anything like that. And then emotionally, it eases anxiety, stress, feelings of unworthiness. It can help ease those symptoms of OCD. It helps you think more clear and more objectively in the present moment. Releases the anxiety, the negative. It actually also helps on a sidebar with claustrophobia, which is kind of a cool thing. And it adds to your stability and your empowerment in life. And that, my friends, is why I love this gemstone. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I invite you to give it the thumbs up, to share it. Also, please subscribe to my page. I come to you every Tuesday with new videos on gems. And if you have a gem that you'd like to know more about, I encourage you to leave a comment down there in the comment section and let me know, and I'll be happy to share more information on any gemstone that you love. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.